structured creativity. How great businesses create ideas that actually make money. Most people think creativity is magic. They imagine a genius sitting alone in a room, suddenly struck by a brilliant idea, a lightning bolt of inspiration, a moment of genius. But the truth? That is one of the biggest myths in business. Because the companies that dominate the world today, Apple, Dyson, Tesla, Airbnb, they don't rely on random ideas. They use systems for creativity, processes, frameworks, structured thinking, and that changes everything. Because once creativity becomes a system, it stops being rare. It becomes repeatable. It becomes trainable. It becomes scalable. And suddenly, instead of waiting for ideas, you can manufacture them. Welcome to Real World Business School. Today we are entering one of the most powerful skills in modern business, structured creativity. Not random ideas, not motivational nonsense, but the actual frameworks the world's best innovators use to create billion-dollar businesses. And by the end of this video, you will know how to generate business ideas systematically, turn problems into opportunities, design solutions people actually want, build commercially viable innovation. This is how real entrepreneurs think. Before we learn creativity, we must destroy the biggest myth about it. Most people believe creativity means think of something new. But that approach fails, because random thinking produces random results, and random results rarely become businesses. Real innovation starts somewhere very different. It starts with structure. The truth is, the most creative companies in the world are also the most methodical thinkers. Apple, Google, IDEO, Dyson. They don't brainstorm randomly. They follow innovation systems, because creativity without structure produces ideas, but creativity with structure produces solutions, and businesses are built on solutions, not ideas. So in this session, you will learn 5 structured creativity systems used by the world's best innovators. 1. First principles thinking. 2. Design thinking. 3. Lateral thinking. 4. Problem reframing. 5. Constraint-based innovation. By the end of this session, you will never look at problems the same way again. First principles thinking. Most people think by analogy, meaning they copy what already exists. Restaurants copy other restaurants. Startups copy other startups. Entrepreneurs copy successful companies. But real innovators think differently. They think from first principles. First principles thinking means breaking a problem down into its most fundamental truths, and then rebuilding the solution from scratch. Instead of asking, how do we improve this product? You ask, what problem are we actually solving? Let's look at a famous example, Apple's design obsession. When smartphones existed before the iPhone, they looked like this. Buttons everywhere, tiny screens, complex menus. Engineers designed phones based on what technology allowed, but Apple asked a different question. Not, how do we improve phones? But, what is the simplest way humans interact with information? The answer, touch. So Apple removed almost everything. Buttons disappeared. Menus simplified. The phone became a screen. This was not incremental innovation. It was first principles design, classroom framework, first principles exercise. So ask yourself, step 1, define the problem. Example, transportation. Step 2, identify fundamental truths. People want speed, convenience, affordability, reliability. Step 3, remove assumptions. Cars, optional. Drivers, optional. Ownership, optional. Step 4, rebuild from scratch. This thinking produced Uber, autonomous vehicles, ride-sharing. First principles thinking destroys outdated models. Design thinking. If first principles thinking starts with truth, design thinking starts with humans. Design thinking is one of the most powerful creativity frameworks used in modern innovation. It was popularized by design firm IDEO and adopted by companies like Apple, Google, and Airbnb, and it follows a simple 5-step system. The design thinking framework. 1. Empathize. 2. Define. 3. Ideate. 4. Prototype. 5. Test. Let's break it down. Step 1. Empathize. The most important question in business is not, what product should we build? The real question is, what problem do people actually experience? Great companies obsess over human behavior. They watch, they observe, they listen. Because customers rarely explain their real problems clearly, you must discover them. Step 2. Define. Once you understand the user, you define the real problem. Example. Airbnb discovered something surprising. People weren't just looking for accommodation. They wanted belonging. That insight transformed their entire business. Step 3. Ideate. Now the creative stage begins, but with structure, not random brainstorming. Instead, generate many solutions quickly. Quantity first, quality later. Step 4. Prototype. Instead of planning forever, build rough versions, cheap, fast, testable. The goal is not perfection. The goal is learning quickly. Step 5. Test. Put the prototype in front of real users. Observe behavior, improve, repeat. This loop is how modern innovation happens. Lateral thinking. Sometimes the best ideas don't come from better thinking. They come from different thinking. This is called lateral thinking. The concept was developed by creativity expert Edward de Bono. Lateral thinking breaks the patterns of normal logic, because most people think in predictable directions. But innovation often comes from unexpected connections. Let's explore some techniques. Technique 1. Reverse thinking. Instead of asking, how do we sell more? Ask, how could we make people never want this? Then reverse the answers. Example, bad service leads to improved service. Long waiting times leads to eliminate waiting. This technique reveals hidden weaknesses. Technique 2. Random input. Introduce unrelated ideas. Example, what can a hospital learn from an airline? Answer, standardized safety checklists. This method produced major innovations in healthcare. Technique 3. Combination thinking. You can combine two unrelated industries. Example, hotel plus home sharing equals Airbnb. Taxi plus smartphone equals Uber. Streaming plus original content equals Netflix. Innovation often lives between industries. Problem reframing. One of the most powerful creative skills is not solving problems. It is seeing the right problem. Because the wrong problem always produces the wrong solution. Many companies fail because they solve symptoms instead of causes. Let's look at an example. Problem. People don't buy newspapers anymore. Wrong solution? Make better newspapers. Correct reframe. People want information faster and digitally. Result? Online media platforms. Another example. Problem. Hotels are expensive. Wrong solution. Build cheaper hotels. Correct reframe. People have unused space in their homes. Result? Airbnb. Reframing changes entire industries. Constraint-based innovation. Most people think creativity requires freedom. But surprisingly, constraints often produce better innovation. Because limitations force creative solutions. Let's examine one of the best examples: Dyson engineering reinvention. James Dyson was frustrated. Vacuum cleaners kept losing suction. Manufacturers simply improved existing designs. But Dyson started from a different question. What if we eliminate the bag entirely? That idea required 5,000 prototypes, years of testing, massive persistence. But eventually, he created the cyclonic vacuum cleaner and transformed an entire industry. The lesson? Constraints force deeper thinking. When resources are limited, creativity becomes sharper. Classroom prototype challenge. Now it's your turn. If you truly want to develop structured creativity, you must practice. Here is your challenge. Step 1. Choose a common product. Example, coffee shop. Step 2. Apply the frameworks. First principles. What problem does coffee actually solve? Design thinking. What do customers really experience? Lateral thinking. Combine coffee with another industry. Problem reframing. Maybe customers want workspace, not coffee. Constraint innovation. What if the shop had no physical location? Step 3. Prototype the idea. Draw it. Write it. Test it. Because creativity becomes powerful only when it becomes action. Creativity is not magic. It is not talent. It is not inspiration. Creativity is a system. And once you learn the system, ideas stop being rare. They become inevitable. And that is how real businesses are built. This is real-world business school, where we don't just study business, we learn how the real world actually works. If you want to master business thinking, subscribe, because the next lesson will take you even deeper into how great companies are built. And once you understand that, you will never see business the same way again.